Welcome to the Mystic Syndicate's A Princess of Celene, a Dungeons & Dragons custom content podcast.
Syndicate. I am your Dungeon Master, Brian, and again we are here with our intrepid band of adventurers from the Drunkards and Dragons gaming crew. It's been a couple of weeks. This is episode 42, which I was just kindly reminded because I'd totally forgotten a lot of things over the last 2 weeks. There's been a lot of stuff on my brain, but things have gotten better, so yay. I celebrated my 57th birthday last week, which was a lot of fun. I'm still getting gifts, which is really hilarious. My son informed me today that, hey, when you come into work tomorrow, there's going to be a gift sitting on your desk. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know. But one of the most interesting things that I received this week was a gift sent by our own Ed Bell. Ed, thank you so much. And so he asked me if I would do an unboxing on the stream, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do that. So I already went ahead and cut the tape on it, but I have not opened up the box, so I don't know what's inside of it. I had no idea.
It's not ticking or anything, is it?
No.
It's not oozing or ticking.
I was thinking if it was going to blow up, it would have blown up because I got it on a Sunday afternoon. Most likely it would have probably Monday morning.
Prophylactics?
Yeah. A what?
Prophylactics?
Yeah, it's a box full of rubbers. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So let's open this up.
Remember, this is age 18 plus.
That's yes.
It's age appropriate. Look at us.
It's small.
If you haven't figured it out just by the screen, you might question your own choices.
Yeah, it's definitely too small to probably be a dildo, but it's probably way too big to be a butt plug. So there you go.
You fold the dildo.
You could fold it. Melinda, I'm sorry. I can see she's just like, no. Why? Why did you say that, Brian?
Memories from my youth.
Okay. So, yeah, I've opened it up here. Let's, I don't know what's in here. Styrofoam. Oh, look. Oh, this is kind of cool. Try to get it out without hurting myself. Damn, it's heavy.
It's a dragon egg.
Check it out.
Egg.
It's a dragon egg.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. It spins. Oh, that's freaking cool.
Is it actually like a knife?
What is it?
It's butt plug. It should open, Brian.
It's a spinning bubble.
Oh, it opens.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, yeah, it does look like it opens up. So let's... Oh, cool. Guess there's not chocolate inside.
There might be cheese, Pamunda cheese.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, check this out. There are actually small eggs in there that are actually dice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And that's Okay, so that's like a D10, but it's for like the tens places. Yay. And it tells you what they are on the top. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, Ed, thank you very much. This is really neat.
See, all the stuff I put you through, I thought I'd get you something for your birthday.
This is really very thoughtful and very cool. I really do like this. Thank you, sir.
And it does double as a spinning butt plug.
Yeah, I guess it could.
I guess not all butts are made equal.
Okay, this is really. I wonder how long it'll actually spin. I'll have to test that out later.
They really missed the mark on that.
So when you tell somebody to sit and spin.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Well, there you go. Happy birthday, Brian.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is really neat. It's a very thoughtful gift. And very appropriate for our campaign.
He needs more dice. Great.
Yeah. That's what my wife will probably end up telling me, because she's been kind of wondering what's in the box like the whole week. And because we got it last Sunday, and she's like, so we have to wait until, I said, yeah, you have to actually wait until I do the unboxing. So now I can show it to her, and she'll probably look at it and go, that's not surprising. That's so nerdy and geeky. Even though she can't complain about nerdy and geeky, she is a math major. She also plays Pathfinder with me. Yeah, she's a big nerd too. Okay, all right. Well, let's get into the introductions then, and we'll start up with Melinda.
I'm Melinda. I play Grenna Babbleboots. My paper says I am a gnome and ranger, but apparently I'm not a gnome. So that's, we're on a period of self-discovery here. And she has a companion, Bubbles, the warg.
Maybe he's not a warg.
With my luck, probably not.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting for me to fall and sprout wings or something at this point.
Yeah, the war. Yeah, it's Toby. No.
I'm Mike. I am playing Kiffi Blackhammer, Dwarven Cleric of Fortubo.
Hello, I'm Pav. I play Kelex Zelenen, a human Paladin of Heironious.
I'm Russ. I play Alphabet Soup, also known as Yarn. I'm a wizard, I think. But most recently, I think we're going to be starting a crusade fighting the Goa'uld.
I'm Lord Tomas Waverly, dragon friend, griffin rider, and knight of Bissell.
Dragon friend?
I am Glenn, and I play Timble Snivenblaven, the one true gnome. And I
one true gnome.
Yeah, I'm a lot of things, but mainly a painter.
Nice. All right. Very, very good. Adjust my camera here just a hair. So it looked like it was cutting the top of my head off in the stream. So that's always a good look. All righty. Well, guys.
Do you have regrets?
I'm sorry?
I was asking Pav if he has regrets. That long spiel from Ed, that Lord, it's going to get real old.
Yeah. Dragon friend, yeah, I don't know about that yet.
I've already replaced my boots with my hip waders.
Nice. You're right. It is getting deep.
All righty.
I like it.
So the last time that we were all together, you had been able to make your way back to Erebus Rex's cave. You were able to drop off the egg. Lord Tomas had made an overture to the dragon to try to convince her that her egg would be in a more safer place if it had been relocated to to Marydale in Sterridge. The egg ended up in Celene, actually, at the base of the life tree. And at the exact time that did occur, there was an interesting event happened at the base of the life tree, and the tree spawned an Orb of Prophesy, which is a very rare item indeed to come from the life tree. And it usually foretells of calamitous events in the future.
Of course.
And
Yeah, as if there wasn't enough.
Happy and shiny, and
Look, guys, Yarn needs a week off.
I had 2 weeks off.
So, also on top of that, you all had spent some time discussing what would be your next steps. There was, of course, a lot of conversation that swirled around the issue with Syntycia and Hezeshel. You also discussed at length about your ongoing curse, which was laid upon you by a dryad princess.
And her words make a lot more sense now.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
Not a gnome.
You don't even remember what you said, did you?
No, not really.
I thought the Fae of Bristol were more adventuresome than that.
Boom, boom.
Because it was weird that she would say Fae because I'm a gnome.
Well, you thought you were.
Anyway.
Okay.
Flowers activate shape of a gnome.
Just call me Thundercat. Sorry, derailed you.
Okay, Thundercat. and from now on, Melinda will be known as Thundercat.
You know, I only have one thing to say, and I'm not going to finish saying it because we got to watch our language. But hey, Mike, do you remember a porno movie we watched as a kid about thunder?
Now there is a memory that I obviously drank out of my head.
Remember, there was a line in there. If it wasn't meant to be eaten, it wouldn't look like a taco. And there was a chick in there called Thunder Pussy.
I remember. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I think it's all kind of horribly coming back now.
Ed's formative moments.
Yeah, 80s porn was kind of out there.
Oh God.
It had Ron Jeremy in it. We'll just go there.
80s porn. When did it not have Ron?
Well, so we're going after Syntycia, right?
Nope.
I guess
But Ryan
I don't think we ever made an actual decision on what we're doing next.
Right, yeah.
So I think we should wait until we see the Orb of Prophecy come out.
which is 8 hours from when it was, or what did
Was
she,
it 8 hours? I thought it was just a few hours.
I think she said about 8 hours before it's clear.
Right.
Because it was swirling.
Okay.
The weird things I remember.
Yeah, I mean, and you should have been the one to have done the recap.
There's no given on how my brain is going to return information. Sometimes it just doesn't give back anything.
Okay. Understandable. I get it. All righty. So, I don't think you guys had actually made a decision on where you were heading. So we can pick it up from there. And I'm just going to sit back here and be nice and quiet and see what you guys come up with.
So we're going to wait.
Hours later.
We're going to wait till the orb clears up and gives us a weather forecast, right?
I believe that
Well,
was
yeah.
our intent.
Yeah.
The spinning butt plug.
When Brian takes it out, we're going to get the shaft. I had an idea, and I kind of talked to the dragon about it offline, but before I did, I actually wanted to run it by the party, even though I don't trust all of you.
Why should you start now?
You don't trust us?
Going and getting my wife, if she's pregnant, and bringing her to Celene and put her at the live tree.
In 8 hours?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can send it to Pillock.
With the dragon?
No.
Well, that's no fun.
Well, so much for my whisper. There you go, Brian. That's what I would like to go do.
Splitting a party. Just saying.
Whee!
Right. So, I guess from Kelex's standpoint, because Celene is an ally, and the fact that this is Melda's sister, and I think he would probably want to go and not leave Celene. Also, the fact that we don't know how long we're going to be in the Fae, whether it be 2 hours, 2 weeks, go back in the past, which would be kind of cool. I think he would prefer going to rescue Santasha from the hag.
Are we sure it would be a rescue? Are we sure she's
Well, either way.
I think she is. I think she is. I did a scrying and utilized her personal stuff, so I think she is still alive. I don't know in what form or anything else, but
Her husk lives.
well, yeah. And it's really the whole tower in the desert with the circular sandstorm around it is just kind of really interesting. And yes, I went back and listened to the recording a couple of times just to make sure I would remember it.
Sandstorm.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be one of those singular things that there should be information in Greyhawk to find out about.
It would be on the way, but I mean, so Yarn, you're saying go.
It is really on the way. Our transport issues are over.
Yep.
Well, we don't know that either.
Do what?
Go ahead.
I mean, well, it depends. Yeah, teleporty guy. So yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing Yarn wants to go to the Brightlands, not the Brightlands. This is the Brightlands, right?
I think so.
The bright.
Bright Desert. There you go, Mike.
It was the Brightlands. Now it's the Bright Desert.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
It says Bright Lands on my map.
Yeah. Well, that's this
Empire,
map.
Bright Lands.
Okay. So
What's Grenna want to do? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
First, she wants to go to the library. After that, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you haven't really came to a consensus yet on exactly what you're planning on doing.
we're waiting for the information from the orb.
Okay.
Waiting on the information from the orb.
Besides,
I
I
do have
call
a
it our
question.
fearless leader into battle.
Which one's that?
Me.
Okay.
There's that word people keep using.
I do have a
Incompetent. What
What
does
does baffled mean?
Okay, so Grenna,
Yarn?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yarn, your teleportation spell, does that mean that you could just teleport us to the old 97?
Nope,
Why not?
because I don't have a circle there.
Why not?
Because I haven't been there at the same place for a year to cast the same spell on the same spot for a year.
A year it takes to do that.
365 consecutive days.
Wow.
Enter.
Ain't that a kick in the nuts?
Now, we can hire that out. I don't have to be the one that creates it. It just has to be created.
I thought we set something up there for you, but all right. Well, I was trying to help Mr. Fancy Pants up get to his wife, but
my wife's in the yeomanry. Remember?
You're right, but you see, Old 97 is a bit more than halfway there, so that cuts things off quite a bit.
Yeah,
would expedite.
And my logic is Toby's following us and has been spotted. What if he's going after her? So, especially if she was pregnant. And I was trying to think to bring her to the most safest place I can think of. If the world is going to end, it's going to end here at this life tree.
Yeah.
Right.
I have no qualms. We had the argument about safety, and that's why the egg is here.
How long would it take Griffins to fly us there to the yeomanry?
Yarn, you have been to Istavin? You have gone through there. Now, is there anything you can do? There's no way for you to
think of it as a Stargate.
I don't want to.
That's actually.
I want it to be nice and easy to cheat and get down there quickly.
Okay.
Don't give me rational thought.
Okay. The only coordinates I have are Pellic and my office in Greyhawk.
All right.
So anywhere on Earth,
you can port us to Greyhawk.
Those points.
You can port us to Greyhawk.
What if we ask the Queen to send a dispatch of maybe a few griffins, if whoever they have any, to go to the yeomanry? Because if you look at the map, Celene and the yeomanry is about the same, is probably shorter than when we went to Ket, and it took 4 hours?
Well,
so my logic there, Bob, is great. Actually, my thought was we just show up and we take her and bring her, because that way, if anybody knows, they don't know where we went or anything like that. If we send somebody else, then that creates a situation where if there are any spies anywhere.
How long would it take us to fly there?
Well, that was the question.
Is Aravistarax willing?
No, just to use the
Actually, Aravistarax is willing. We made a deal if we wanted to.
Be the more neutral option, because riding griffins, those are probably fairly well known to be of elvish sort. We would have to change livery on them and do all sorts of crazy things to even pretend that they're not the air riders of Celene, whatever they're.
That's a good point. The dragon probably won't take as long.
And I would hope. But
now,
okay.
If we can talk to Moss Isley, and convince him to give me the coordinates for here,
that would be choice.
Well, it would also help Pav out a lot.
Yep. Get more smoochies that way.
So I'm going to let Pav see if he can get the coordinates out of the Queen.
Well, he could
he can give her that question.
Would it be not so much the Queen, but it would be more Ivy, right?
Well, you could go through your love interest, give her the shocker, and then the next morning we talk to the Queen.
I'm glad we cleaned it up.
No shit.
Right now, there would be kids going, "Shocker! What does this mean?"
Google.
These old fuckers are nasty.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we may have to up our rating.
Now,
just put X. Just put an X out to the side of it. Don't come here if you're.
So the issues we have here with this particular, and I think this is a particular side quest that we could probably take care of in a day or two, right?
Well, that's a question. Brian, when I was talking to the dragon, did she have any idea approximately how long it would take to get there, maybe?
Yeah.
I was under the impression that probably we could do it in a night.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be hard. Probably about a 6-hour flight wouldn't be too out of the question. Of course, it's a lot faster by dragon, but being that you would be probably you'd be doing it at night, correctly?
Correct.
Okay. So, and also not having any way of being able to contact the people in Singleton that there is going to be a dragon approaching their city might also end in some sort of disaster.
How much can this dragon carry?
As much as it freaking wants to.
Yeah, it could carry. Well, let's see. There's really none of you that are really super heavy. Well, hold on. I'll take that back. And not saying anything. No disrespect, Kiffi, but you are kind of a beefy boy. So.
Yeah. I was thinking a carriage type thing that she could grasp and take us down. It is wintry. It's getting cooler.
It would have to be constructed, which would take time.
Yeah.
But we could also land outside of the outside. I could get us in, and she could transform into her human form to get us through.
Okay, you could do that. That doesn't sound too bad at all.
Yeah, getting there in the dark of night. I was just hoping to get, well, we may have to. We'll get there.
Okay, so you're kind of looking at right now, it's right around noontime is when the Orb of Prophecy was dropped. So if it takes let's say another 6 hours for it to clear, I believe that was the number that we had agreed upon. So that means you would be able to leave right after probably 6 o'clock in the evening.
We could leave now and be back.
No, we couldn't.
Why not?
Getting all of our shit together, getting down there. The hope for the best wins. Hope for there not to be any problems. Hope is not in our favor. Thank you, Dryad.
And I think that we wanted to kind of, before we did anything, we wanted to wait for to see what the orb provides. And I think Grenna wanted to go to the library.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I'm still not 100% sold on the rescue mission. I've bounced back and forth over this for the past 2 weeks. So,
well, if you said anything to us, then I'm going to say I completely agree.
Okay, well, I did decide I was going to bring it up to the party and not do something behind the scenes. So that's me as a player, not as a character. I would have taken off as a character.
Sir Tomas, family is always the most important.
Lord Tomas.
Says the guy who wants to.
Family is always the most important. We're going to help you do this. Prick.
Okay.
Kiffi, what's your thought? You've been quiet.
I know, I was waiting for that too.
I would like to get rid of the curse, but it's kind of a crapshoot going into the Feywild. So, if we could take care of the Sintaisha situation quickly, I would be on board with that.
I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed. I'm Yarn.
No, that's disappointing, not disappointed.
What does he have to be disappointing about?
Brian?
You're the one with the issues.
Brian?
You were the one that called it a butt plug first.
No, I didn't. I never brought any of that up.
Okay.
I'm hoping this gives me some sort of bonus so that I don't become the one focused by the Dryad, because I really want to go see her. I've said that over and over. I think I'm the only one at this point.
I'm the only one.
And people wonder why Grenna's having trouble accepting this.
Oh, you've got your gong. You've got your gong.
You can
Guess
sing
what
along.
I've got?
Oh, you got the air horn. I haven't gotten the Aztec death whistle yet.
Oh, my son has an Aztec death whistle.
Yeah.
He got it for Christmas last year and has absolutely tortured the hell out of everyone in his neighborhood. It's beautiful.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. So what's the plan, guys? Are we going to try and wait for it to clear up and then make the move? Because who knows? The prophecy might change all of our perceptions.
The prophecy
Yeah,
first.
we just wait for the prophecy and then maybe just go from there. It'll also give Grenna time to go to the library. So
Okay.
I agree with that logic.
Okay. So with that decision, Grenna, I'm going to.
Betty what was in the letter from her mom and dad.
Nope. We don't know nothing about the Grenna.
The only person who may know is Timble, because he was looking over my shoulder.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to go to the library and you're going to try to go through some of the stacks there to see if you can find some books on the Feywild, on Fey creatures and things of that nature. Okay. So this is actually the best library to go to for this type of information. The ley lines that cross through Celene actually lend for travel to the Feywild very easily. And sometimes Fey creatures do appear in the forests outside of Instead. So this is actually the best place to be. Moore's Ivy can also attest to this. There is a librarian who is also standing by to help you. So as you walk into this just absolutely beautiful library, you can see books and scrolls and different nooks and crannies. Some of them are marked, some of them are not marked, but the librarian and his aides are there to help you find those things. There are long tables that have magical lighting on them, so it illuminates the entire desktop. And after a couple of moments of just looking around, you find two very, very interesting books. One is The Fae and Their Kin. That's the name of the first book. And My Travels in the Wilds.
And What the Pelican Saw.
But as you are walking past, you happen to, as you round a corner of one of these bookshelves, you run into Shira, who says, "Oh, Grenna, it's so nice to see you again. Doing a little studying, I see."
Yep.
She kind of plucks one of the books from your hand. It's the Fae and Their Kin. It says, "This is a very, very good book. And I know exactly why you're looking at it." And she just gives you this smile. It's a very friendly, warm smile. It's not like, it's there's nothing malicious in it. And she hands it back to you, and she says, "This is very it's wonderful to see that you are so interested in finding out your true self. So if you have any questions, I might be able to shed some light on some things."
Where am I in the book?
Oh. I think it would probably be best that if you take the time to go through the book, I think the answer will jump out at you, so to speak.
Great. Thanks.
She says, I just came in very quickly to pick out an interesting tome of my own, and you can see that there is a very small booklet that she has, and as you kind of look over the cover, you can see that it was actually written by her, and you can see that it's a very, very old book, and but the interesting thing is it says the title of it is Friends in the Tomb, a story of disaster.
Oh.
And it's written by her, but she does not tarry long in your presence and moves along and out. So you sit down. You which book are you cracking open first?
Give me just a second, making notes.
Real quick, Brian.
Yes.
Okay, Brian. Go ahead and take that question first. I got a question after that.
Probably the first one that she said.
Okay, so the Fae and their kin?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you crack this thing open as you're going through, and you can see that this is a very interesting book. And you can see that a part of it, the foreword, is written by Anton Ravoux.
Hey, we know that's a good one.
But it's not actually written by him. He just did the foreword for it.
Oh.
This one is a name that you're not familiar with. And the name is Chana, Chana.
Okay. And
that's just the word. That's it. It's just by Chana. So you're kind of thinking, okay, strange. And as you're sitting there paging through, a lot of these have pictures that were hand drawn, and the person who did it was a very accomplished artist. And you're thinking that this Chana person is actually the artist who took it upon themselves to write what they saw as they traveled, and then also drew these beautiful pictures. And some of them, as you're looking at them, you realize, oh, okay, here's some here's something that here I am losing my words. You see something that sort of like, oh, hey, I have that. That's a part of me. I understand that. The horns, that's one thing. Another thing is that you just, as you're reading, you just kind of get more and more into it. And then you finally come to a section more towards the back of the book. And this one really kind of jumps out at you, as Shira said it would.
Good. Okay.
And you, as you're reading, it says that there were certain beings that were plucked from the prime material plane and taken to the Feywild as babies. And there they were changed.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
While they were in the Feywild, these babies were changed.
Oh.
And it was only done through the powers wielded by Archfey. So these
I'm sorry. Russell's over here cackling. I can't hear you.
Okay. So
the primal material plane were changed. Why?
Okay, so it's kind of it's very strange. There is no real rhyme or reason. Some people think it was a cruel joke, while others think that the Fae, these Archfey, had some sort of plan that they were going to use these children that they had changed. But as in with most plans, the best laid plans of mice and men, it also goes the same with the Fae. And so they lost, it is said that there is a chance that they just lost interest. And so some of those children were returned to the prime material plane and left on doorsteps and left in doorways, some left unattended in marketplaces. And these children, as they grew up, at first they took on their original forms, but as they got older, things started to change for them.
Okay.
Things that they were not expecting. And what ends up happening is these creatures end up usually one of two ways, because this has been happening for thousands of years. One, usually, unfortunately, they lose their minds, not understanding what they are.
Okay.
And then the other ones disappear.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
notes.
Unfortunately, usually the ones that lose their minds or end up put it into sanitariums, or worst case scenario is they cannot understand what is happening to them, and they end up taking their own lives.
Okay.
Yeah. But the ones that disappear, it is said that they cannot function in the realm that they're in, and so they seek the Feywild. And they never come back.
Okay.
So you guys like that? It's pretty messed up.
So every day she's going to have to make a will save.
Well, if this week is any indication, I'm going to lose. Okay, well, that's not depressing at all. Thank you for that, Brian.
I'm glad I could help.
Is the other book any better?
Okay, the other book is really interesting because it is kind of like a travel guide. And this one is actually written by Clarence Reveau. As you well know, Clarence is a gnomish adventurer who lives in Greyhawk with his brother. They have a store that you've visited probably a couple of times already. And this one is a little bit better put together than the one that what you've seen before. This one seems to have more information, and it's not, as you go through it, you can see where the binding on this book is a little strange, because you can see where there was an original Anton or the original Clarence Reveau copy, but then there has been additions added to it by other people.
Okay.
So others have followed in the footsteps of Clarence, and they went to the Feywild and spent probably some amount of time. And by the time that they did get back, and some of these are very, very old. Now, you also understand that both Anton and Clarence are also very, very old. They are actually much older than a gnome should be able to live.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you're kind of thinking there's something special about them. But like I said, the first half of the book is Clarence's experiences in the Feywild, and then after that, it's other people, what you kind of think they have elven names. So they may be from Celene. You don't know if they're still alive or not, but it goes into much greater depth of information. And Clarence only went there and just briefly spent some time, looked around, made some sketchings. He did not go before the courts. The other people, though, went before some of the courts.
Is there anything in those that tell about, what is it, the summer court?
Right. One does go into some information about that. Is that it is protected by living trees. It is also within just a magnificent grove that is infested with fairies and creatures of that. Dryads easily walk between the gigantic trees, and it said those who have not been invited to the court will be destroyed.
Oh.
Does it say how to get invited to the court?
It said if you have been summoned to the court is one way.
You have.
And
we haven't.
I thought at one point in time there was a statement saying that you would have to go there, and there was a summons.
No,
I thought
that was
so.
by the old Druid guy. He said that we would have to go to the summer court to have that taken care of, but we've never been summoned there or received an invite.
Well, I'm sure some sheriff from the Feywild came up and had a summons and rubber banded it to our door somewhere, but we just missed it.
Well, you're also kind of thinking in the back of your head, Grenna, is that right now there is the curse itself. And the creature that placed the curse upon you wants retribution. It probably wants closure. Now you have kind of an in with the Fey Queen herself. You actually have conversed with her. So you're thinking that maybe there is a chance that if you find a glade or a grove that you could possibly spend some time in, trying to tap into your Fey nature, that you might be able to reach out to those types of beings that may be able to give you the invitation that you seek. Okay.
Who did you speak with? Was it Mab or Titania?
Mab. I thought Mab was the winter court.
She is.
The Dryad is a summer thing.
She's not the happy one.
Right.
Not happy nor sad. She's ambivalent.
Okay. So, was that the information that you were looking for?
You guys, you seem to make all the weird women happy.
Well, I do what I must do.
You know, I've heard guys in the barracks say the same thing.
Okay. So
then they went to see Doc.
Okay, so while you were in there with your books, spending some time, time passed by pretty quickly for you. You got really wrapped up into what you were reading and taking in, and you finally look up. As you can see, the sun is sort of slowly casting shadows that are much longer inside the library than when you first came in. You realize that it's fast approaching the time that the orb should be clearing.
Okay.
And so the orb has actually been brought to the throne room and is sitting in a special on a special pillar that is in the center of the room. Everyone else has been cleared out. The only people who are there is the Queen, Shira, Melda, and you, and Moore's Ivy. Okay.
You being Grenna, or you being...
And Grenna is, of course, there as well.
We're talking about the orb, so it's all of us.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So as you all file into this room, you can see that once again, it just an absolutely beautiful throne room. Everyone is standing around this pillar with this beautiful crystalline orb sitting on a sort of like a pillow at the top of it, and it's right about everybody's like waist high, except for like, of course, Kiffi and Grenna, Timble, it's a little bit higher, so you guys can actually, you guys got a really good view of it. And as the final wisps inside clear, the first thing that you see is just this raging storm within it. And in that storm is it's sort of like you can see the storm, but it's zooming in onto a ship, a very good sized ship. The ship is being tossed, and it's, but you can see that it is staying. The sails had been furled. It had been prepared properly for the storm. The wheel is lashed to the railings, and it is. I'm sorry.
This just seems familiar.
Yeah, to you, Yarn, you're thinking, wait a minute. Okay, this is way too much. But then after such, it clears, and the storm abates, and in the distance you can see land, and you cannot see your faces, but you can see the backs, and everybody is present and accounted for as they're standing at the bow of the ship. Except that there is one person there who is much smaller than the rest, actually about the same size as Grenna. This person wears a hood. It's just like I said, a small humanoid who is standing with you. You see, once the dock that you come to it looks very dilapidated. The city, the little town, this seaside village is in great disrepair. The people, you can't see faces, but you can see how they're dressed. And it's just rags and tatters, and it's just terrible. But as soon as everyone steps off the boat, the last person who is off the boat is the mysterious humanoid. And as soon as their foot touches land, the sun is eclipsed by the moon, casting just a dark pall over the entire region.
Obi.
And then that clears, and as that clears, you see a gigantic tree. But it's in a strange location. It looks so much like the life tree, but it's not this tree. It is another tree. And then it fades. And once again, clouds back up. So, pretty interesting.
I kind of look at Shira and ask her, was that tree similar to, or is it similar to the life tree?
She says,
does it mean anything to you?
She looks at it and she said, I know exactly which tree that is. And so the tree that we have here is what we call our life tree. Its true name is Delastra. And the tree that I believe that we saw in the Orb of Prophecy is actually its sister, which is Alastra, which is on the opposite side of Oerth itself.
It's going to be a long-ass ship ride.
And she says, but the interesting thing about this is who is
Toby?
The
Extra
the extra humanoid with you. Who is that? That is the question we must answer.
Tobias the bastard.
So,
would be my guess. He's hounded us across the Well,
Yeah, but
virtually-
obviously, if it was Toby, I mean, that person seemed to be with us, not like following us.
Right.
We were.
Now Shira elaborates and she says, now mind you, the Orb of Prophecy may give us more information at a later time. But at this point in time, this is what it has given us. But do not be surprised if you, because you have glimpsed upon this orb, that you may be plagued or gifted with dreams. So do not be surprised.
And I'm assuming the Orb of Prophecy is giving us visions of the future, not what's currently going on, correct?
Right.
So if Toby's been tailing us, then at some point he's going to be in front of us or going towards that, we think.
Well, I guess that's the next question. Did this person seem like it was part of our group, or was it this figure always behind our group?
No, it was a person who stood amongst your group, who was, it looked to be a part of it. It was not just some mysterious figure. It was someone that you know.
And we are all in this, all accounted for.
All accounted for.
Was he a little taller than me? That shadowed character?
Let's see. Like I said, it's right about a little bit taller than Grenna.
And I'm 36 inches.
Okay.
Braggart.
I do believe I'm 39.
So it's like a shrubbery, not a big shrubbery or kind of in between.
Yeah. Right.
Same height as how tall was
so actually
Shirley Templar?
Let me roll back that, because this person is actually about the same height as Shirley Templar.
Can we tell if it's male or female?
You could not.
Oh,
Wearing a sword or not?
There was a cape over them, or like a cloak, and a hood, so you could not actually see if they actually had anything under that. It was just a hooded, robed figure.
And I'm going to assume, I never met Toby, so I don't know this, but would they know if Shirley Templar was bigger than Toby?
No, Toby was actually not as tall as.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get. Yeah, so it might not. I don't know Toby, so I don't know that. But I'm thinking from them, well, that's a great question.
Okay.
Can we make out a ship name or possibly some kind of colors that would give us an indication?
Yeah,
yes.
Country.
Yeah, actually you could. And actually Yarn would probably be the best person to be able to perceive that. And as Yarn is looking at the ship, it is very familiar to him. This is one that is crafted by the shipwrights of his own people. This is you would kind of say that it's not like a dragon ship. It's more like a Nar, but it has been modified for extremely long travel. So you can definitely see that there is this artistry that Yarn knows very well, being that the people he comes from are, master shipbuilders. They are also master explorers, and make their way and trade on the seas. So, but the thing that is very, very strange, and this is going back for you as well, Yarn, to your initial dream in Kodal Keep in the Dwarven Temple, was that the flag that flies from the mast is that not of your country, but that of Celene.
Oh, now I recognize it.
Now you recognize it.
Well, my first thought is, Celene's landlocked. This is going to be interesting.
Yes. Yeah, it makes the mind kind of wonder how this is to be. But
I see us going to the cold lands and fitting out a ship. I mean, that's y'all are going to love the cold lands. Let me tell you. Everybody has a name my size.
Anything about the ship? Is it period correct, or is it maybe got some acroma that might look like maybe we're seeing something maybe 10 or 15 years in the future?
No, it looks as though it is definitely of current make. Like I said, but there has been modifications, and Yarn, you're the one who's kind of looking at this thing. You saw it, and you took into account these things and understood that while they may not be something that has been done in recently, but now that you've seen them, you have the thought in your head that they could be made true, could be made current. So you don't really have a time scale on is it far in the future, but you can see that the make of the ship is very current. And also,
in other words, the hull and the rigging and the stuff like that are all the same. It's just the accommodations and the storage areas.
Right. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I got one more question because I may have forgotten about the other tree. Does Shearer know where the tree is located?
That's the thing. That's the thing. Oh, we have an echo. Yeah, no, there's a little echo. So what you know is, or what she knows is that it is. If you took a map and you looked at the other side of the world, that is where the myth and the legend is. That's where it crosses. It's like this tree is supposed to be there. Now, mind you, these trees were placed here by the Fae. This is a Fae creation. So that's also something else you may not have known. But she does not know the exact location of where Elastra actually stands.
Okay.
We could probably cut it down to about 100 square miles.
Oh my God.
Just 100.
Well,
it's a big tree. It'd be easy to spot.
What's 100 square miles? 10 by 10?
But a lot, it's 10 by 10.
Yes, but it's less than it sounds.
Okay, so Tomas, I saw that you rolled a 17 for wisdom, but I don't understand. What's the context?
Well, I was going into I'm still trying to figure out with this ship, is it, and that's where I was going with, can I tell if it's modified? And you went ahead and answered before I can say anything further. I was going to tell you my roll was. So
okay.
I was like trying to throw something out there. I normally don't bring it up unless I have a success or a critical failure. So it wasn't a critical failure, moderate success. So that's where I was going with it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but this, just observations that you were able to take from what you saw, and that's fine. Not really needing to roll anything for those. So, any other questions about the orb or anything else?
No, but I have a question about the flag.
Yes.
We're still Bissell.
Yes.
Except for Pat. That could be interesting.
I mean, we could think about it. They're the since we are going to the tree, that's just, the sister to their tree. Maybe they seriously helped fund it. I don't know. So.
Well, if it's Shirley Templar and she gets brought back, she could be coming and representing Celene.
Well, I'm thinking that we should really think about our relationship to Bissell. We are not acting in Bissell's best interest right now. We are acting in our own interests.
So, depending on what we do next, it could be, like when I said earlier, Kelex would probably be more prone to go toward and rescue the, God, I can't think of her name now, because that is her daughter. Celene's daughter. And Celene is an ally, so that would be kind of, thinking in Bissell's interests.
No, we should be to go finish the war in Bissell.
We should be in Pelic.
The war. Fine.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought we were going on which way we're going to go, direction we're going to go.
No. I'm saying that what we're doing now is we are not acting as we should. We are looking at go Timble.
Okay. Let me get this straight. I have to save Bissell. I have to save the princess. I have to apparently diddle some elf queen. And then I've got to save the world on top of all of that?
Oh, no. All you have to do right now.
What did I do? What did I do?
The only obligation you have right now is your oath to Bissell.
Oh, yeah. But, a little orb showing me running off. And it's like if there wasn't enough already on the plate.
Yeah, I know. I need a week off.
Yeah, too.
More drink.
Russ just volunteered to give the synopsis for the next adventure.
I took a 2-week break. I don't know what the hell these guys did.
I'm going for a drink.
The ring?
I need a drink.
A drink. Okay. Seriously, though.
Seriously, I need a drink.
Well, get one. Damn it. It's been almost an hour and a half. You got an hour and a half left. You got the stamina for the rest of it.
Brian, what do I know about the other side of the world? Off of 16.
That there is
probably
one?
Not much.
Yeah. There's
the world's round. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
it's amazing that I know that. So.
Like I said, there's myths, there's legends. It is said that there are lands well beyond the hell furnaces, the mountains, to the west, that are just unbelievable countries.
We're probably well educated
empires.
to actually know Anna Meyer's map. That's well educated.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly how far Anna B. Meyer's maps go west of the hell furnaces. You don't really see a lot of the stuff like the Celestial Empire, or there's a lot of other things on the other side. Me talking outside of the game. Yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of land on the other side of those mountains and that desert. So, and we'll be
unexplored. Let's map it.
Yeah.
I'm bringing lots of bourbon.
Babbitt.
Yeah, no shit. Watching me map with what I've been drinking bourbon would be hilarious. But anyway.
Okay.
See my note.
Actually, that's a very, very good question, Grenna. And the things that they particularly like to see as gifts are mostly well-crafted gems, but high dollar type, like you're looking at the types of diamonds that you would be able to resurrect someone with. You know, the real expensive, the 1,000 gold piece jokers that
The ones we need to fly and not buy.
but they also will accept children, human children,
Right.
and elven children, and things of that nature.
I was saying, Tomas has got a kid coming.
Tomas's firstborn is given to the Fae. Oh, damn.
This is also not lost on me. But anyway, not saying I do it, but I realize that that's out there too. I'm also thinking that the individual on the boat could either be Arya Stark, my kid, or Shirley Templar. Don't know. What's west of Westeros, right?
Easteros?
I got bunnies, a big party turf.
Okay. Great.
My take on this, guys, is this is further down the road. Let's kick this can down the road. We've had prophecies before. I think we just either need to go pick up my wife or head into the Fae and get this over with. Those are my two votes. Clock's ticking.
Or take care of the war.
Well, the war.
Yeah. See, I think Yarn does have a point. I think he has a point because we've done.
The whole point of
We've secured the alliance of the dragon. Though once the dragon's involved, I'm hoping that's just going to end things a lot quicker.
There's that black dragon that worries me a little bit.
That's Viscerac's problem.
I think that was a random encounter. I hope that was a random encounter.
It was a dryad coming to say hello.
I don't think I've seen Brian use a random encounter yet. So
we know about.
I think by
Let's see what he's rolling.
No, it's not a random encounter.
No, it's not a random encounter.
Actually, back to the black dragon. Thinking about which direction was it going in, Brian? When we saw it?
Northeast, sorry.
Yeah, it was going east.
East or northeast?
I thought it was a north something.
Southeast.
Yeah, it was going away from us on an angle.
Yeah, well, okay, so you guys were heading due east. It was heading more of a easternly trek.
All right, pull up the map. What the fuck's over that way?
So kind of going in Heironious direction?
Maybe a little bit higher.
Heartlands?
You're not really too sure. What other lands could be?
Laguna? Kingdom of...
I honestly think the Black Dragon is going wherever he wants to.
Yeah, there you go.
Would not surprise me.
Maybe the dragon was taking a different direction because it was making a pit stop somewhere. Who knows?
If only Albie was there with his bag of holding underneath it when it made its pit stop. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
When we got the letters basically stating the current situation in Bissell, how long ago was those letters written?
Within a week. Because you got to think, right now you guys have a lot better communication because of Griffins. And Griffins can get back and forth from Celene and Bissell pretty quickly. So it's not like you're having to wait long for information.
Brian, coming back to my letter from my mother, that's a great point. Good thought, Pop. Throughout my communications with her, I've always tried to include some kind of coded phrase, like everything's okay kind of thing. That has been a trend throughout. Was there anything like that from her that I would have expected, like a little catchphrase, like fucking Fluffy's doing great, even though we've never had a cat named Fluffy or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
No, you didn't catch anything that would have alerted you to something abnormal. It was just kind of surprising that Lily was in the yeomanry instead of where she was supposedly at. So that was really kind of the weird thing. But yeah, that's really about all you were able to detect. That was the weird thing.
I got an idea I'll put forth. We should see about our dragon friend, cut across to Bissell and drop in and see the front for ourselves.
I can get us to Pelic.
The Valaseret Keep there in Swordfields. We should probably stop there, see if we can get a first-hand idea of what and how things are going on. From there, if our hands are needed immediately, then we take off and do that. If not, we go to the yeomanry for a night raid and return to Celene with Tommy's wife.
Question: did Kelex did you make the request through the Queen
Request?
for coordinates?
Oh no, we haven't really gotten around to that yet.
Okay, that's something that's kind of important.
We can do that now. I mean, no reason
Yeah,
not
we
to
can do it
ask
while we're
right
sitting
now.
here.
Moss Ivy and just simply ask. It said, obviously a Celene ship. We're tied. We need to be able to get back here at a moment's notice.
Ooh,
Could
good
Yarn?
take.
Could Yarn possibly have access to the circle to return us?
Yep.
It would expedite things.
So,
But it is certainly understood if you decline.
So she looks to Morzivy and she says, that sounds like it would be quite advantageous for our champions. She says, Morzivy, please make sure that they have that Sir Yarn, Master Yarn has access. As a matter of fact, do you have... No, I think it would probably be best if he just had access to the circle in the tower. And Morzivy just says, of course, Your Majesty, I will make sure he gets that. And so he kind of pulls you off to the side, Yarn, and divulges that information to you.
Okay.
So
A set of coordinates.
GPS.
Well, the dial home device.
So
Keep your phone home.
okay.
And then he teaches you the spell that wipes it from your memory should you be caught. They're going to torture you for it.
Next to the head, right? Next to the neck.
That's the spell immolation.
Well, that's
Yikes.
when he gets captured and I chop off his neck and they say, hey, there's no PvP. And I'm saying, I'm protecting Celene.
Nice.
I'll meet you in the middle.
I love
And I
it.
got to tell you, that would be a hell of a shot.
That would be.
So I'm assuming we're relaying our plans to the Queen and Morzivy because we need the coordinates to the circle.
Hey,
Go
Paul.
ahead, Ed.
All plans except the rescue mission of Lily. I want to keep that on the down low until we show up with her. That way nobody knows we went anywhere and did anything. Really, it's literally the party members. And unless Grenna's secretly Toby, which would be funny as hell.
Killer. Don't give Brian any ideas for the next time he plays this game.
Brian, did we bring Aravistarax in on this?
You all didn't mention her, so.
So I think before we make any decisions for her, we should talk to her first.
Okay.
I think that would be the smartest thing, and then we can talk to Morzaibi, the queen, and always have the queen's mother here. I can't think of her name.
So I just want to quit. Aristovax, is she going with us?
Yes.
Is that what I mean?
That's kind of the thought I had.
Okay.
We go and do that.
We're kind of, well, okay. Go on. Sorry.
And again, that's the plan I put forth. I certainly can't dictate to you all what we're doing. But since we were reminded of our duties, so many things on our plate, it was easy to get distracted. First, we handle Bissell, shed that responsibility, then focus on next. Whatever next may be. I'm sure something else will slide in.
I'm sure.
It always does. We'll come back and there's like 3 more orbs for us to wait at, 6 hours on each?
Okay.
It starts birthing them every time we leave. Starting to sound like
every time we move to a different place.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
So are we all in agreement?
Different.
If we get Aristovax's, blessing, we'll head to Pellic, and then up to the front lines, check to see, make sure everything's okay there, then head to Steerich to pick up Lily. The Yeomanry. Are we going to, then is that where Yarn's going to do his magic circle thing?
What am I doing?
Magic circle thing.
Or is that going to be in Steerich?
What am I doing?
Magic circle thing.
The teleportation circle.
From the yeomanry porting us back to
Yes.
Celene.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That is our momentary plan. Correct? Anyone say nay? It's open.
I'm all for it. Brian, I will be wanting to send a sending message to Sylvere to let him know we are on our way, and we will be bringing a dragon. Do not panic. She's on our side.
Dragon friend, not food.
Brian, I will write a note outlining this, what we saw in this prophecy, and I'll be giving it to a little mouse, dead mouse, to send it over.
Okay.
And asking what her thoughts are.
Sounds like a plan.
And what dangers we may have to look for, because we're starting to get, again, out of our depths.
Were we ever in our depth?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We started the campaign.
Okay.
We're up to here. We're up here. We're not sinking.
So, as Morzaibi walks with you, Yarn, up to the tower to get you more information, find out exactly where you need to sort of place your anchor, so to speak, when it comes to this. He turns very quickly once he gets up to the top to it looks to be like an orrery, or I don't know if you're familiar with orreries. I'll explain it. Okay, and most of you guys have seen them. You just may not have known what they were called. It's like you have like the sun in the middle, and then there's like little bars and things that come out representing planets and moons, and you can move them because those are ores. And man, talk about geeky. Wow, that was sad.
Game of Thrones, dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun.
There's a whole story why I know all that stuff, but so he's looking at it and he's trying to, he has it laid out on a set of it's like a calendar, but
don't listen to him. Don't.
What?
Don't. I have a bad feeling.
Well, you're not there, so you can't tell him that.
I know.
So.
What if we crank it backwards?
Shut up, Luke Skywalker.
So, as you're standing there, kind of watching what he's doing, he has placed a circular mat under this, and it shows scales of time. And as he is doing so, as he is moving the planets in their orbits around the star, he comes to a part where there is an eclipse, a solar eclipse. And he is able to, he says, 7 months.
Oh, shit.
And he looks at you and he just nods knowingly, and he said, 7 months. And then he goes back to telling you, getting you squared away with the teleportation circle.
Right. I have to look at it and memorize it.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So you do.
7 months.
7 months. That's like 5 years in gameplay.
Make him draw a picture to memorize it.
Hey, Pav, remember, there are guys out there who are running the same campaign for 35 years. Now, now remember, by that time, we'll all be dead. But maybe. Well, Grenna might still be kicking around here doing stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to do 35. Okay, so. I don't know. We all might be doing this. We might be doing it from like an old folks' home or something. Wouldn't that be?
They're like
that'd be
President
weird.
Carter.
Oh.
Do you have?
I dropped my die.
I don't know. That last picture I saw of him was very, very depressing. I was like, oh, and I was never really a fan, but I'm like, dude, oh, I felt so bad.
Well, Russ dared me, and I never really did get in trouble for putting the picture of him out there as a lich. Trying to determine who did it better, the Lich from first edition or Jimmy Carter.
So anyway.
Okay. 7 months.
I'm just glad it wasn't like in 7 days. That was my worry, is that all of our planning was, you guys got a week to get there.
We can do it.
Maybe.
We can do it. But
we pushing hard.
Now I'm curious. We're on a ship. Where do we start from? That'll be the interesting bit.
Well, let's not borrow any trouble. Let's finish with what we have before we get thrown into the.
I agree.
And next time, agree with the Dryad.
Hey, so out of character, there's a point. If we can enter the Fae, where can we exit from the Fae? Where does it take us? I don't know.
The Great Sphincter?
That's not a bad idea. However,
that's always a possibility.
Always been seen on the ship. Okay. More lively. I keep wanting to call him Moss Isley for some reason.
Morris Ivy.
Morris Ivy. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, 7 months. What does that translate to in days? I mean, what is there a date?
Different date.
Yeah, he can try to pinpoint an actual date, but it may take him some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking, within a week. We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Shit. All right. I get the stuff. I mean, we head back downstairs and I grab everybody and I say, okay, guys, we have a time frame.
Another one.
7 months. There's an eclipse in 7 months.
You know what that means?
We're fucked.
No,
We
we're
can't do the Fae.
Can't
Because
do
we
the
have
thing.
no idea of what time will be.
Nope.
And Brian's just probably going, you guys need to split the group. You guys need to split the group.
He wants to
No.
play 20.
I think we can just send one person to be our.
Sacrificial goat.
No. Think diplomacy. We must send one envoy, one lone envoy, and her pup.
Sir Tomas. What could go wrong?
Well,
No,
Sir
we need
Tomas,
diplomacy, Master
for the
Tomas.
record, Russ, Lord Tomas does have ambassador experience.
Okay. So Crick Tomas does have ambassadorial experience. Okay.
Times over, like, how weird can this dude get with this whole fucking bullshit? Pretty weird.
Pretty
We
weird.
have barely scratched the surface.
I think we've been pretty normal, relatively speaking.
Okay.
Well, that's because we don't want it to spread, Russ.
You
Yeah,
know,
but what we
heard about you,
consider
but-
normal might not be what other people consider.
Oh, we're going back with the dragon. Let's go.
we need to talk to the dragon. Talk to the dragon.
Okay.
We did?
Tally ho!
Okay.
Charge!
So you return back to the tree, and that's the last place you saw Arabistrax.
Fireball.
Was at Delastra. So and Shira accompanies you, and as she's walking along next to you as you're heading to the small boat that is used to get across the island where the life tree stands. She just looks down at you, Grenna, and she says, "So, did you find what you were looking for?"
I'm so screwed.
I'm sorry to hear that. That doesn't sound like you sound. I detect a hint of defeat in your voice. Why? Some look at it as a blessing. Think about this. There are so many other poor souls out there who do not know what they have become, or what is happening to them. You, though,
Still not really sure about much. All I know is I gotta finish what I've started.
I think your answers will come to you once you finally visit the wild. Once you're in the Feywild, I think you will see there is much more to you than meets the eye.
You will pupate and turn into another being.
So you land on the shore and walk over to Arabistrax, who is standing there, still in her human form, and she looks to you, Kelex, and she says, "So, I think it is time that we sit down and talk about what you want me to do. Where do you want me to strike first, and how badly do you want me to destroy what I am striking?"
Well, that's why we have come to speak with you. Go on, Yarn.
If I may make a suggestion. I would suggest that if we struck at logistical targets as opposed to combat formations, that we could do much more damage with less human cost.
I'm not disagreeing with you there. I was thinking more command and control.
I really don't care if the command and control can command and control. If they can't eat, they ain't fighting.
I was thinking of leaving them all in soot.
I understand that, but the average cat person isn't bad, and I really can't see condemning them to death because they followed the wrong person.
I want to get a point of clarification. The people from Ket are bad, right? Right. Considered the Ket are enemies of pretty much everybody right now. So the people of Ket, therefore, would be called bad or perceived as bad.
The military of Ket certainly had no problems with killing us. So I really argue.
I agree. They invaded his people's land. So I think hitting the front line, or at least maybe behind the front lines.
I think slaying the Duke.
I'm trying to give Heironious out so that she doesn't have to hurt me.
They stole her egg. I bet she wants to.
I think she wants to.
Yes, to the depths of her conscience, she may have fun doing what she will.
I personally think she wears this harness when she's in dragon form that transforms into a dominatrix uniform because she's secretly a dragon dominatrix. And she enjoys unleashing pain.
You are so fucked up in the head.
So Brian, this is when you bring out your spinny hot plug.
By the way, real quick on the spinning blood plug. One of the reasons I liked it is it looks like a what's the vegetable? Damn it.
You're talking about artichoke.
An artichoke. Yeah.
And that's the symbol of the city of Augsburg. They brought artichokes from Italy when they came in, going through with Augustus Caesar and all those.
Oh.
All throughout the city of Augsburg, you see artichokes. And they're little carven artichokes. And I always thought of them as dragon eggs.
Oh, that's cool.
That's the first thing I thought of. So anyway, sorry, distract. In fact, the city of Augsburg's symbol is that.
Cool.
I agree with Russ. I think that we need to keep it a military-based destruction and not really go. But he wants to go after the people. I don't want to go after the people. I want to just go after the military. Because if you break the military command,
no. We're not going to. No, I don't think the idea is we're going to. I don't want Heironious to go into Ket and just start laying. I want her to focus on the front.
right?
Not so much go into Ket and start destroying villages. I want them, the soldiers, right? The military. Yeah, I didn't. No.
I agree. None of this was meant to be like, take us to Lapola so you can wipe it off the map. No.
Right.
It was never like that. Yeah.
The warriors, the people in battle, whether they are support, the logistics is valid. Command and control, valid. I think perhaps she might be able to do a bit of both. Kind of depends upon the structure of their military. And that's something that our generals at the front would have available. Where we think that they are. So, I could talk to some of my other people to help.
Well, what about the uncle?
I'm sorry? Uncle?
What about the uncle?
Yeah.
That's who I was referring to as the other people.
The other people.
Oh. That's Grenna's people.
Well, she introduced me and I'm paying them. They're mine now. They're not Faye. So it's not your uncle. Unless he's wink, wink, nudge, nudge your uncle. So.
My family tree's so fucked up, I don't know which end is up. We're just going to go with it.
All right, so this is what I'm going to ask Heironious. Basically, that she take us to Pelic. We check in there. Then we take her and head to the front. And then we can watch the show from there. And then once she does a bit of the damage, along the line, stuff like that, then I'm going to have a letter drafted asking for Ket's surrender.
Okay.
Status quo ante?
What's that?
Status quo ante?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but I actually started drafting something a couple weeks ago, and I forgot about it. So. But also, I'm going to be asking my chancellor's opinion as well. Don't forget
They must leave Bissell and leave onward.
Bissell, we're going to ask for some wards to be sent from Ket to be essentially raised or watched over by certain nobles in Bissell.
That a certain young lady is in that list.
Yeah, good point. So, but that's what I think we should ask the rest of Rex. Pellic, check in, head to the front, watch the dragon do her thing.
Okay.
And then we head to the yeomanry, if she's willing to fly us there. If she can. I guess we don't know if she can take us or not.
Or if she wants to take us.
Okay, so Lord Tomas has already made a deal with her that she is going to go to the yeomanry. That was already established. So that you don't have to worry about.
But that did not necessarily mean that she would take all of us with it.
Yeah, that was just under the agreement that they had that she would take him.
Okay. I can get us the Pellic.
Yes.
So then we should take Griffins, because if she's only going to take Tomas to the yeomanry.
Well, we don't know that yet. We have yet to ask her if perhaps she could take us all.
All right.
That's
so
if she can. Great.
Yeah. So, Lady Aristorex, this is what we have actually come to want to talk to you about. If you are willing and able to take us to Pellic, we'd like to check in with oh man, what's his name? Silvar, I think.
Silvar. Yeah.
Yeah. Silvar.
Yeah. Gather some information. Hopefully we can get some other information about what's taking place at the front. And then we'd like to then go to the front, which was, what was it located? It wasn't Seizure. It was Verisla Keep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, I think, where our command would be. It's north of there that the front is. It's my understanding it was just short of Shaja. How would you pronounce that? Shaja.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my understanding.
Yeah, because right now, if you look at the map, you can see what's it? I believe it's Kleba, which is in the very eastern part, right where the Lort Ridges start. And then if you draw a line across to Fiercole in the west, that's literally where your front line is right now. So it's just a little bit south of Chargé. So Chargé, True Light, and of course all the rest of those are and still in occupied territory. But you got to think,
but border of the Swordfell and the border of the barony of, was it Cullendray? That border is roughly the.
Yep. That's roughly about it. Yep.
So once we get to Pellic and we get the information needed, then we'll head to the front and we'll see what next will be done.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Yeah, like I said, it won't take you long to get to Pellic at all. Like I said, you can either I don't know what you're planning on doing. I mean, I don't know if you're going to just teleport, or you're taking the dragon, or taking griffins. So what do you want to do? You want to ask?
Can we still teleport? I thought the tower got destroyed.
But Yarn, you want to tell them?
I have the coordinates.
Yeah, he can actually get you there within seconds.
What all can he teleport? Can he teleport like us on griffins and a dragon, or is there a mass effect?
The spell lasts for 1 round, so
Whatever
1 minute.
But how many creatures?
Anything that can go through that during the 1 minute is free game.
Yep.
Well, shit, we need to go to like the 7th circle of hell and open up that portal.
Nope, same plane.
Thank
Already
God.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
No,
All right. So the question is now: do we take griffins with us? Do we need to?
Well, I do think griffins do establish us as a command element and makes us stand off as leaders and allows us freedom of movement for massively quickly. You know, just moving from here to there. I'll ride the dragon.
While the dragon's doing its business, Timble could fly over a griffin and dump shit.
in time.
Again, anything that can go through the portal within 1 minute, we're good. How fast can you get the critters through?
And
If we
then-
have everything ready, if we have it all ready, we can just go in. It won't take that long.
Yeah, it's 1 round. So if everybody's hovering off and they dash through it in their movement round, then it goes through. But how big is the portal is the question.
5 foot.
Is it 5 foot?
It's gonna be tight for the griffin.
Yeah, it would be very, very tight for griffins.
Well,
Yeah, it would be.
It's only, they just have to pass through it. It's not like they have to completely get into the 5 foot.
I don't know. That's a DM call on that one. I know how I would interpret it. I'd be like, ha ha ha, you motherfuckers, here's your plan to shot to shit.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of almost be like, oh well, as long as the dragon can stand on top of it, it can be teleported. No, that I don't think that's gonna work.
Let's just fly.
Actually, the dragon can come through in human form. That's not a problem.
That's an easy one.
And I guess, and I think I just heard Timble, and I kind of agree. Is there any reason why we don't fly? I mean, is there a reason why we want to teleport?
Save the spell in case we need it. Right now, there's no reason to waste the spell. We can just fly over.
Okay, I don't have a problem.
It's only what, a few hours to Kelex, right?
Right,
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not long at all. Okay, so great.
Shall we leave in the morning?
Yeah, because right now it's a little bit after, you're probably looking like a little bit after 7 in the evening. So it is getting dark.
Long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. That's awesome. Okay.
Hey, arm yourselves. Be ready. We go to the front. Dum dum dum.
Okay.
No, if you're gonna go dun dun dun, you gotta do the Conan song. Dun 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 dun.
No, I don't. What I got you for?
Okay.
I just got to feed you the lead.
Okay, so yeah, you all are at the castle talking and figuring out. Okay, so you're going to leave in the morning. You start to make your way, I guess, back to the rooms that have been given to you here in the castle. You guys actually have places to stay. As you all are sort of walking out, Kelex, you are being escorted by Melda, who is walking with you as you start to head up, and she says, "Extremely brave of everything that you've done for us, and I know that your country calls. It just puzzles me, this Orb of Prophecy that we have seen this evening. How it seems that there's something personal. It felt personal to me and I don't understand why. I don't really can't put my finger on it. Even though I am not within the vision, I sense there's something about it. I don't know why.
Well,
It's Pops and her kid. Dragon kid on the boat.
Or her little sister.
well, it may just have to do with the fact that, I mean, Celene's flag was flying on the ship, and it is a tree that is sister to the one here, so it's possible that's how it feels personal to you.
Maybe. I don't know. Interesting.
Wrong answer.
So,
Well, it's a prophecy.
yeah.
It's not absolute.
Yeah. So you finally get to your door, and she just kind of leans in and kind of whispers to you and says, "Well, would you like company this evening?"
Yes, I would very much. Yes.
Okay.
Papa love a rolling stone.
What is the
Okay, so-
gestation period of a
Fade to
Elven
black.
There we go.
Okay. So, okay.
Next morning.
So Grenna, you collect Bubbles, who is kind of outside, who's been kind of hanging out and sniffing around and checking things out, and he also escorts you back. You get settled into it, and he just kind of looks over at you and says, "So, what was up with that big orb thing?"
Trouble.
Hmm.
We may survive it. We may not. We'll find out in 7 months.
Wow,
Something like that.
7 months. It's an awfully long time. It's almost like 3 years for me, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. He said, "It's like, well, okay. So where are you guys going tomorrow? I mean, I'm going, right?"
If you want to, sure. Yeah.
Well,
We're
I mean,
gonna,
yeah, I'm kind of like attached to you, kind of in a weird way. So yeah.
Does that mean we have to spray the warg with a hose?
what does he mean he's attached to me in a weird way?
Well, I mean, mentally, and you kind of are like, I was abandoned as a pup, and you have kind of taken on the mom role, huh?
I just love how nonchalant he is about just.
That we're an odd pair.
Yeah, and you're getting weirder too.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been noticing some things. You're kind of weird.
Like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't it weird?
Hey, yeah. I don't know. I'm just getting this weird feeling from you. You're not. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
You'll let me know if I start to go crazy, though, right?
Oh yeah. No, what do you want me to do? What, tear your throat out? I mean, I can fix that for you, right? I mean, I would do it if you asked me to. I'm not, I'm not like one of these like fair weather friends. I will be happy to murder you. I'm cool with it. Totally down with it.
Friends like you, who needs enemies? No.
No, but that was only if you asked me to, and you like mean it.
We're gonna take the dragon and go back and see what's going on with the war.
Okay, and that sounds like a plan.
And then from there, who knows what we're gonna do?
Cool. So
We just follow our fearless leader.
yeah.
We have one?
Lord Tomas.
You wish.
So he just kind of like he just kind of lays down. He says, "Well, night, Grenna."
Hi, Bubbles.
Cool.
Do you still want to be called Bubbles?
Yeah, Bubbles is cool.
Okay.
Does Bubbles say? Does Bubbles say goodnight, Grenna? Perhaps I'll eat you in the morning.
Yeah. Only if you ask me to, though. I mean, I just wouldn't attack you if you weren't. I mean, like. Yeah. All right, night. And he just kind of just lays down, puts his head between his paws, and just starts snoozing.
2 orphans trying to find our place in the world.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah.
Making our way in the world today takes everything you got. Making a way for all your worries sure would help a lot.
So you guys head off to bed, get all settled in. Everything seems to be not right with the world, but at least you're not sleeping on the cold, hard ground. Or
In other words, the black dragon attacks the city while we were sleeping.
and eats you all. No, that's not that bad.
From trouble.
Okay, so cool. Alrighty, so what I need everybody to do is while you are slumbering, I need you to let me know. I'm going to start with Grenna first. Grenna, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. So let me see if I can. Alrighty. You said high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry. I rolled a 12. It was a thought. Okay. Next is Pav.
I'm gonna go low.
Okay.
How low can you go?
And I got a 46. So that would be low. Okay, cool. All right. And so Kiffi. High or low, please?
Low.
Okay. Oh, that's a 27. That's very low. All right. Tomas. That's Lord Tomas to me, isn't it?
Well, when speaking to gods can speak down to me. I appreciate that. So, well, DM God.
Yeah.
I almost want to say 50, and if I get it, do I get anything special if I call the number?
That would be cool if you do.
50. Actually, 57.
Okay.
So it's on the high side, but low on the high
Okay.
side, and my number is 57.
Russ
Okay.
said roll high.
Okay, so it's going to be high, but if you roll low, like extremely low,
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be
yeah,
bad. Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
I'm thinking like Mike just said.
A 91. So at least it was on the high side, so that's good. All right, Yarn, can you give me a high or low?
Hi.
Okay. It's an 11, so that's
Not today.
not today. And then of course Timble.
Low.
No. Okay. And a
Speaking
22. Very good. Okay, good. Okay, so Timble. Tomas. I think it was Kelex. Yeah, Kelex.
Yep.
And was it Grenna, did you get it too?
Oh no, I.
Okay, so it's just Timble, Pav,
Kiffi.
Timble. Oh, Kiffi? Did you? No, I don't think the Kiffi.
This one.
I guessed low and it rolled low, so.
Oh, okay. Then okay.
It was only Yarn and I.
Okay, you two were the only ones. Okay, cool. Who didn't make it?
We chose high. You rolled low.
Okay.
You rolled me better.
So what ends up happening is you all individually fall asleep. Kiffi, you find yourself standing in a sort of a strange building. It looks to be some sort of temple. There are long rows of not actually pews, but more like just stone benches. And before this is a magnificent altar, and above that is a tapestry, and that tapestry has 7 stars that look to be in some sort of flight. You see that there are other people walking around, but they don't. You can't see. You can't make out faces. Faces are not You just can't detect anything. And just in a few seconds, you look to your right and you see that you've been joined by both Kelex, Tomas, and Timble. Or they're all standing with you. But no one is speaking. You can't hear anything. Everything is just very, very. It's bright. It seems that there is nothing wrong in the scene, but the one thing that you do notice is that you see a hooded figure. A small hooded figure is sitting on one of the benches at the very front of this temple. Yes.
Same hooded as on the boat.
It looks very, very similar.
Thank you.
But you guys are standing in the back, and you all perceive each other. But to you, you're thinking that this is normal, that you're awake. It is a vivid dream, so vivid that you think that you are truly there, but there's no sound.
Well, I just made a roll for my investigation. I want to look closely at the hooded figure, at the details of the clothing, the hood, shoes, all of these things.
Okay. So Timble steps forward and starts to make his way between these stone benches, passing a couple of different columns until he is literally standing right behind this person.
Oh, if I can do that, I'll reach up and grab the hood, pull it, if I can.
Okay. And
if I have that much freedom.
Yeah. Is anybody else doing anything? Yes, Tomas.
Tomas is taking out his loot.
Okay.
And he's going to do counter charm. That will give all of us an advantage to any saves if there are any spells or anything going down.
Okay. So as you pull out your loot and you start to play it, no sound issues from it.
I don't believe that. I hear it in my head.
So
yes,
Kelex
the notes are in your head.
He's going to kind of walk up. He's going to follow Timble, but he's also kind of looking around. Did you say these surroundings familiar?
No, you've never actually been in this building. Now you can make a religion check. You said there was
a flag with four or five stars. Sorry,
it's 7, and it's a tapestry that is behind the altar, and you can make a religion check. Anybody who is present can make a religion check. So that could be yeah. Okay.
18.
Cool. Nice. Anybody else trying? Yarn, you're not there?
You're wrong.
Kiffi. Cool.
Get out of my dreams, Yarn.
Yeah, Yarn.
Get into my car.
Okay, Tomas. Okay, so yes. Timble. Okay, wow. Okay, so you guys actually did really, really well. So all of you are there looking, and you realize that you're standing inside it's more like it's not a cathedral by any way, shape, or form. It is what you would say maybe a chapel or even just a small church. And you recognize the seven stars as the symbol that the symbol of Celestian. Now, Celestian is a traveling is a god of travel, but he's also a god of the heavens and space, and that's primarily what you know about Celestian. So, yeah. So, Timble, you're actually going to reach out and reach for the hood?
Yes.
Okay. So you reach out, and as you do so, your hand passes through the figure in front of you.
I'll step through.
Okay.
Then he steps forward, he steps backwards, steps forward, steps backwards. He's
Now you're doing the
gonna turn
cha-cha?
and try to look in the hood.
Okay. So, yeah, as you come around to the front, the rest of your group, I guess, is behind, watching what you're doing.
Again, I step through.
Yeah, you step
The
through,
body.
and as you step through, you see that the person who is in the cloak shudders, like something cold had passed through them. Like they had been hit with a cold breeze.
Don't much care for the fact that makes me the ghost.
quick question on the fact that is this temple in good repair, bad repair, and do they seem to be practicing this to the religion, or did they take it over?
No, it looks very, very well kept.
Okay.
You would say that all of the people that you see have elvish features.
Okay.
So it's not you're thinking it may be a local place, but you have, you've been to different parts of Innstat, but you're not really too sure if you've ever been to this one building. And so, Timble, as you step through and turn, as the person sort of, with that cold chill that they felt, they kind of bundled themselves in a little bit, but then they look up towards the tapestry, and you can see their mouth is moving, but no sound once again reaches your ears. But yes?
I try and attempt to read lips.
Okay, so you're going to step around in front as well?
I'm a little bit back. I'm a little in the back. So he went through.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining that Kelex and I are a little bit, I kind of took a defensive, trying to do counterspell. If I see them, if they're looking at I can't see them if they're looking at tapestry. My
right.
bad.
Okay.
I'm good.
So
right.
Yeah. So as the face of this person comes into view, you can see their mouth moving. You realize that it is the face of Princess Asenath.
Wasn't that the little sister?
Mm-hmm.
I need to see something in my character sheet here, because I may have lip reading.
While he's looking at, we do kind of realize this is in Innstat, right? This chapel.
You have a feeling that it has to be.
Okay. A lot of elves walking around, I take it then.
There are elves, a lot of them.
Okay.
But again, like with everyone else, the only face that you can see clearly, Timble, is the face of the princess. Everyone else's face just look like a blur. Actually, their whole bodies look like blurs as they pass by you.
Does this look like the people accompanying her are like an entourage or a guard, or are they noble? How they're dressed? You know what I mean? You can tell if they're bodyguards because they'd be.
No, actually, from the way you're feeling, is that she is not accompanied by anyone. She came disguised.
Did we establish that this is the same figure we saw in our vision?
Everything looks the same. The exact same cloak and hood.
Okay, yeah.
Everything matches.
That's probably why Melinda thinks it's personal.
What would I roll to actually try to read lips?
Let's see. I would say perception.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the best way. Or
insight? Maybe?
Insight would work. Yeah.
Investigation? No, insight, man.
I think insight would probably be
Let's
best.
just go with insight. That sounds good. in the future.
Ed,
Insight.
Ed, you screwed me. You did. Because I'm a skill expert, and I would not have had to roll to get a
Yes.
perception.
Well, welcome to the dickening.
Yeah. And then he flows the insight. Okay. All right. Here we go. I have luck.
Okay. Oh, much better. So yeah, do you speak Elvish?
I do.
Oh, okay. So yeah, what you're able to determine is that this is a common prayer to
Celestine.
Yeah, to Celestine.
Celestine.
So yeah, and it's kind of like a part between a prayer and a mantra. So it repeats itself over and over. It's not like they have a way of being able to, she doesn't have like a rosary or something to count how many repetitions, but you can see that there are subtle changes within it as it goes along, but it always starts out the same at the beginning. So yeah, it's interesting.
It's kind of like a Bon Jovi song. Halfway there, oh, living on a prayer.
Yeah, let's go with that. Sure.
Okay.
Not where I was going with it, but sure.
Hey, we've now established Bon Jovi in Faroon as the head bard for Celestian the Far Wanderer. Outstanding. I love this kind of lore development.
Oh boy. Okay.
Very happy with that.
Okay. So yeah, so the rest of you see of course you can't really see the face from there, but you see on Timble's face recognition of who the person in the cloak truly is. And then Timble disappears.
Of course.
Of course he does. He's got to chase another elfin woman.
Timble, you shoot up in your bed like, and you actually feel that there is like you had been. It's like you'd been hit with a bucket of cold ice water. And you sit there, your eyes blinking, adjusting to the gloom of your room. And just as soon as you're able to understand where you're at, you realize the significance of the dream.
The dream, was it day or night?
It looked like it was daytime.
I guess, do the rest of us wake up, or are we still there, Brian?
You're all still standing there, kind of just watching.
I guess an alarm, Kelex would kind of run forward, but unfortunately, instead of going through the bench, he walks around it.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't walk through. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you also you're standing there, and you finally get a glimpse and understand that what you are seeing is Princess Asenath, who is deep in prayer and meditation. You sort of have this. It's a strange feeling where you feel warm, like in your chest. And as but then your eyes flutter open, and you realize that Melda's arm is resting across your chest, and that is where the heat was radiating from.
All right.
And
so I like peed myself in that sleep. That's
no, you didn't. You didn't urinate all over yourself. That would have been, wow.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Yeah.
Not into that kink.
Too much information.
No.
Nothing to listener. 2-beer penalty.
How to lose your elven girlfriend in
one move, right?
One easy squirt. Yeah. Damn, that's harsh. Okay, so really, the only two people who are standing. The only two people who are standing there are Tomas and Kiffi.
Tomas does what only Tomas would think to do. He turns around and looks the other way.
Okay. So as you do, you see something out of just not out of character. It's more like just out of place. You see a dwarven man standing in the doorway. But upon further inspection, and this one you can actually see his face. Unlike everybody else, they're just blurry shadows and stuff. This person is more tangible, but you've never seen him before. He just does not look familiar.
Am I able to tell region, type of dwarf, that kind of thing?
Not really. He is dressed in armor. He wields a hammer, but not a war hammer, but a hammer that you would use primarily at the forge. Now, Kiffi, you're still sort of standing there looking towards the person on the bench. So you do not see this dwarf.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm in the temple of another god. Am I getting good vibes here, or am I getting bad vibes?
No. You feel, well, when you first appeared here, you felt a little uneasy. This was uncharted territory for you. You were not familiar with Celestian or his beliefs or believers, or what his mores are. So, but as you were standing there, you were overcame by a wave of just joy. And you've had this feeling before, and you remember it from your dream in Kodal Keep in the Temple of Moradin. It's very familiar to you.
All right, cool. I will begin singing a hymn to Fortubo.
Okay. So, and as you do so, this dwarven man, and as he walks by you, Tomas, he doesn't even appear to acknowledge you, but you do realize that he is not actually a dwarf. He is just a very short man, just a human. And he walks up and he stands next to Kiffi. And Kiffi, you realize that there is someone standing next to you, but at this point in time, you were just so overcame by this just unbelievable amount of euphoria. And you take a look to your right, and there is Fortubo standing there, sort of just looking at you. And he's like, Kiffi.
Father, it has been a long time.
It has. And I'm sorry if it seems that I have been absent, but I know that you have been using the hammer, and I am glad to see that. That makes me very pleased to know that you are using the tools that I gave you. Said. So,
I'd say but to serve.
He says, so it looks like you are about to embark on a great journey. Interesting. So,
am I able to hear that, or is it still silent when he's talking?
Only Kiffi can hear this voice.
Yep, I'm cool with that. That's
but
good.
you can see the mouth is moving, And Kiffi is just completely centered on everything that this man is saying. And you can actually see that there is like a light he's kind of backlit, that there is power, there is some sort of divine mystical energy. You're not familiar with it, but Kiffi seems to be not just in the presence of it, it is also surrounding him as well.
Ooh.
He says, I've had many conversations with your uncle, Angus. It saddened me to see that he came to me so soon. I know you did everything that you could. Again, I have been watching, and I know that you have been extremely faithful in doing everything that you can to help your friends and to help those who have fallen under the spell of evil. I saw what you did in the little town in Sterich. Impressive. Very. He says, but I ask you at this point in time, because I know that you are busy doing things that I want you to do. Is there something that I can do for you, my faithful servant?
I only seek to do your will, my lord. So, if there is anything that I could do, you may tell me. I do not presume.
He said, I know. This humble answer that you give me, it cannot go unrewarded. And he said, do you have your hammer with you? And then he just chuckles and he says, of course you do. It never leaves you.
Of course I do.
And you bring it out. You take it from your back and you bring it out. And again, he lays his hands upon the hammer. And he says, I think this will help in where you must go. It's time for you to wake up, Kiffi. Be safe. And your eyes flutter open, and you're now laying in bed. But the weird thing about it is your hammer is clutched across your chest. But you did not have it with you when you went to bed. It was propped up against the wall next to your bed, well within range, well within reach, and you're clutching it like it is like the last thing on earth, like it is a rock that you're clinging to in a storm, and the head of it is glowing this bluish light, which is slowly fading.
Dang.
Okay, so what that means to you is that your critical range has been expanded. Instead of just being a natural 20, it now is an 18, 19, or 20.
Ooh, 18, 19, 20. That's a big... Mm-hmm.
From 5% to 15%. That doesn't suck.
Nice bump.
Yeah. But you also recall that anytime that you get a critical hit, it automatically, now being that you have increased in levels, what level are you now? 10? 9? 11? Shit, sorry. Okay, so anytime after 10, anytime that you, 10th level, anytime that you make a critical hit with your hammer, it's going to do one, I'm sorry?
It should be 12.
No, we're only 11.
Are we?
Yep, we're 11.
Okay. Yarn's 12. that wouldn't.
12, we all need to be 12.
That would be hilarious. Okay, so what?
So you're trying to say Yarn has premature elevation?
Maybe.
I'm excited.
Okay, so Kiffi, what that means is that anytime that you make a critical hit, You actually you will roll 1d10, and it is going to do a spread heal of whatever you roll to anyone that is within 20 feet of you. Automatically gets that healing. Now that doesn't go for enemies, of course. Only your allies will receive that heal. Okay.
My new battle buddy.
I'm going to start calling him Dougal and stand next to him when I'm fighting the Kurgan.
Okay. So, Tomas, you were the last person standing in this Temple of Celestia with your back to it as you're facing out the door. But you're standing kind of in the center of this chapel. What? I mean, you can always, what do you want to do?
First of all, earlier I rolled a 21 on a religion check. Okay. So would I have known that was Fortubo? I speculated from the interactions with.
Yeah, as he walked past you and you realized that he was not a dwarf and a human, you did realize it was Fortubo. Yeah, that would make sense.
So, and I'm assuming that Kiffi probably did a fade out kind of thing.
Yeah,
when he woke up.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so, yeah. As a matter of fact, he and Fortubo kind of faded out at the same time.
Okay. So I'm already now scanning around. I'm taking in as much as possible. Is there a door?
There's an
archway that Fortubo came through.
Yes. The when you turn to face where you walked from, you noticed that there was an archway and a door that led, you don't know where, but you think it's going to be to the outside.
Look around the room real quick. What's everybody doing? Are they still kind of shadowy, kind of people-y?
Shadowy, moving around. The only person that is not is Asenath.
Why are you rolling stuff?
Just rolling shit.
I'm going to walk over to the archway and look through the archway.
Okay. When you look through the archway, you can see that it is just a pitch black void. Such a darkness that you don't believe you've ever seen such darkness before.
I'm going to focus my thoughts.
Okay.
And I'm going to think of possibly the room that my family would put Lily up in the yeomanry. And I'm going to focus as hard as I can.
Okay. As you're focusing and you're really concentrating on this, in the darkness, what comes to you is something completely different.
That's the way it would.
You're in a long chamber. There is gold scattered on the floor. There are weapons. There's armor. There's skeletons. There, just dead. Just skeletal remains of before, and at the far end is this. It looks to be it's not an altar, but more like a bier where somebody would be laid out, and on it is more like their gems and things, but in the center of it all is this skull with gems in its eyes. And as you are taking all of this in, you see a palish green hand just reach up from behind the skull and grab it, and then snatches it, and it disappears.
It doesn't use it as a puppet?
No. And then, Tomas, you wake up.
Can I do some type of, I'm really trying to bury this in my memory, and
okay.
Being a bard, I'm trying to do this. Do I notice anything? Do I notice any legends? Is it like, okay, I'm going to throw names out, like, is it a Vecna kind of thing? Is it, I've got a study of history and stuff like that.
Right. Give me a history check.
13, not good enough.
Yeah. It doesn't look familiar. The thing that is really sticks in your mind is the greenish pale hand of something that was not as tall as this shelf that this skull was placed upon, but all you see, and it has like long black fingernails, and it just grabs it and takes it.
Can I make a will check and do one thing before I wake up?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight the dream.
Okay. Or fight waking up.
Yeah, fighting the yeah. You got where I'm going with it.
I know.
God, it's my worst fucking check too. 13 again.
Okay, wow. 13's very popular. What were you trying to do?
All I want to do is take a coin out of my purse and flick it into the pile of coins.
Okay. You do so, and that is when you wake up, unfortunately.
Okay.
But interesting thing was when the coin hit the ground, you could hear it. And I couldn't hear anything. And that's what woke you up, is the sound of a coin hitting the ground. Timble?
All right.
The moment I woke up, I realized that this is actually a temple in Instad.
You believe so?
Well, I'm going to throw my clothes on and go to where I believe that temple is at.
Okay.
By yourself?
I go out in the night by myself quite often.
Yeah, he's actually done it a few times.
Yeah, but truck stops don't count.
Timble the lot lizard. It's messed up. Okay.
Hey, I've got to pay for a war one way or another.
Damn.
By the way, Brian, I'm going to take a random. I just looked at my coins, and I've got. It would have probably been a gold coin, but so. Concept is, if we ever find a room like that, I'm going to look for that coin on the floor to prove that I was there.
Okay.
Kind of thing. That's the thought process behind that.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, of course, you guys, that's totally up to you if you want to share your dreams with the rest of the team, because each one of them changes a little differently. Like I said, I mean, Kelex would not have seen Fortubo. None of you, except for Timble, actually saw, hold on.
Moss.
Yeah, Tomas did as well. Actually saw Asenath. So yeah, you all have different experiences.
I'm going to share with the party my dreams. Someday I want to be the lord of the entire world, and I want to be the best rock band player, and I want to have a bar, and I want to.
Yeah.
Talk about a tangent.
Would definitely be eager to share his visitation because, man, God came to town. It was awesome.
Well, when I go to that temple, is it open?
Yeah, most temples here in Instad are open all 24/7.
I will go in and see if I can find one. I'll be looking for Asenath. I'll be looking to see the actual bench. I'm running in looking to verify that this was the same place.
Okay.
And is she there?
Okay, so what you see is exactly what you saw in your dream. Everything, but there's not as many people. There's actually just like one or two. You were able to find the exact bench because it was up at the top left-hand side as you're looking towards the altar, but there is no Asenath present.
Are there any priests or any?
Yeah, there's actually a priest who is because this right now you're looking at it's early morning. That they're getting ready to prepare for like a sunrise service, so to speak. And so, yeah, you do find an elven man who is garbed appropriately as a priest of Celestian. And So you approach him as he is working diligently at the altar.
Forgive me, but may I speak to you in private?
He just says, yeah, of course. You're Master Timble, from Bissell. Yes. We've heard so much about you. Your fight against the dragon. How epic. And he says, of course. And he sort of leads you to a room off to the side and pulls up a chair, a couple of chairs.
While we're going back there, I'm going to keep an eye out to see if anyone else is watching. So
yeah, the only other people that you saw in here were acolytes.
Yeah.
So you didn't see just standard parishioners, but you do realize that there were other clergy. Yeah.
And we'll go in there, and I'm going to ask him. I said, "Does the young Mistress Asenath, the princess, come often to the temple?"
He looks at you puzzled, and he says, "I'm sorry. Princess Asenath does not leave the castle. I've never seen her here."
At times there are portents that we receive, and I think I just had a dream of her sitting robed and third over whichever, and I'll explain. And I saw her sitting there. She was praying your running a mantra, and I'll kind of go through it. Mm-hmm. I just, having seen her there, I was curious if that was something of note. Does she often come here, or she ever come here, to your knowledge?
Said, I'm sorry, Master Timble, but I have actually never seen the face of Princess Asenath.
So you would not recognize her if she stood?
No. I would not know. She is not permitted. She is not of age yet to leave the castle.
Well, we all know youth, and I do know that she is.
So you're saying that
there's a lot more with her than many think.
So you're saying that she may have been here in disguise.
It is possible.
Oh.
And if most people do not know who she is, what better disguise than that? You've never seen her face. Common clothes, and she could walk right in.
Of course. Well, it's interesting that she would be able to do so. Now that I feel that...
one thinks about it, I mean, there's no reason why she couldn't. I mean, you don't know who she is.
So you said
what she looks like.
So you said you saw this in a dream.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it was very, very vivid. I got up, put my gear on, and ran straight here to see.
Interesting.
In the dream, I actually stepped through her, and she seemed to react. It was quite curious. So that's why I wondered if she was here. I simply had to find out, even though it seemed to be day out. Some questions must be answered.
Okay.
So I came.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help.
No, someone being truthful and speaking straight forward to me, that's a dear thing to me. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And he stands up and offers his hand, shakes your hand. He says,
I'll shake his hand.
I will...
no need to watch out for anything, or is that... I mean, if the question was she here now? That was my
yeah.
question.
Obviously, I mean, at this hour, most people are not up, or
and it would stand out in your mind if someone walked in and sat down and began praying. So that tells me much.
Yes. Well,
15-minute warning, Brian.
Yeah.
I'll make my way back to the castle after dropping a donation in the box.
Cool.
It'll be a gold.
All righty. So, yeah, you make it back to the castle and find your way back to your room.
Actually, I'm going to make my way back to Kelex's room.
Oh, okay. So,
what time of the day? What time of the day? What time of the day?
Like 3 in the morning.
All right, so
really early.
When I wake up, do I realize do I feel it was more of a dream because I've had a few visions before, or do I realize this is something?
You felt it was more of a vision than a dream.
I guess I just kind of pull Melda close and I just kind of think on it some more on what I saw.
Okay.
And try to eventually go back to sleep.
Yeah. So within your thinking, probably about an hour of waking up from the dream, you hear a rapping on your door. So it's like right at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, comes a tapping on my door, on my chamber door.
I do, asshole. Open up.
It's the Timble. Nevermore.
Yeah, little cockblocker.
Okay, so yeah, as you kind of roll out of bed,
before anyway. Don't worry.
Melda sort of sets up, taking the sheet and covering herself, and she says, "Are you expecting other guests?" She just gives you this.
No.
This. She just gives you this incredulous look, and so you walk over to the door.
I heard it was Timble, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you open the door, and there's Timble at 4 in the morning.
I crack it open. I guess I got a cloak or something on. I don't know.
Yeah, you just kind of like bundle a sheet around your midsection.
All right, I'll go answer the door, but I'm only going to crack it open.
Okay.
Could you have?
I'm a bit busy. Come back tomorrow.
Princess Melda, perhaps you should get dressed. We need to speak.
No, I'm just fine where I'm at.
So obviously, I probably figure out what it is since they were there as well in this vision. So, all right.
How many times have I come to your door, waking you up and telling you we need to speak?
Yeah. So,
Spy master, all that stuff.
Where do you want to meet? Where do you want to meet?
Your room. That's why I'm here.
Give us 5 minutes, please. All right. And I shut the door.
Okay.
Us?
All right.
And I'm going to turn and practice throwing a dirk.
At the door?
All right. I look at Melda and just say, Timble, and I think he wants to talk with us, and I believe I know what it might be about. So you may want to get dressed.
She just kind of said, okay, I suppose.
Well, gnomes are on my bucket list.
Oh!
So yeah. So after a couple of minutes, you guys get dressed, get presentable. And
I will do whatever I must for diplomacy for Bissell.
If it means cock blocking, so be it.
He introduces her brother. The half elf, half ogre.
Okay. So so you guys are dressed. What's next?
All right. I go over and I open the door for Timble. Come on in.
All right. Now I'll come in and I go, I just had a very interesting dream, and you were in it. And I'll turn to her and go, no hanky-panky. But you were in it.
She just rolls her eyes at your comment.
There
was also
chance we were at a chapel?
It was.
Sorry?
It was a chapel. So
it wasn't just a dream, and it definitely wasn't a dream.
It seemed to have more portent, and Tommy was there too.
Oh, Tomas. Sorry, you said Tommy. I was thinking, who else Tommy?
Little Tommy.
Trust me, Pab. I was also like going, who the fuck is that?
I was like, this is a new name for Toby, but and Kiffi was there too.
Yes,
if I remember.
Shall we wake them? I would be happy.
The larger group should also hear this. I mean,
first, I think
they weren't in the room.
We need to come around to what we each had happen. I know that I was not there long, as I don't know if you saw this. Did you see me come up behind the hooded figure and step through them, turn, and look into?
I did.
I think we need.
I did, and once you had disappeared, I went around the bench and saw the figure, and that's when I woke up.
Princess Asenath?
Yes.
Melda have a reaction?
Yeah, that's what is Melda get a reaction?
She just looks puzzled, and she's like,
it would seem the figure in our prophecy may be the princess.
Says that
makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why would she be? That
I do not know.
That means.
But let's get everyone here, and
yeah.
Give me a moment.
Should we be here or should we be somewhere else?
Okay. So
these rooms. These rooms seem quite safe to me. Us getting up and all of us moving around the corridors just draws too much attention. I'd happy to have everyone meet in my room if you prefer, but I think yours has a little more room.
Yeah. Lord Protector and all. Okay, very well. I'm assuming all our rooms are kind of in the same location. We don't have to like split apart and go wake a bunch of people up.
Well, I
or just Kiffi and come up.
I'm going to get those two, and then we can directly see, since we were in the dream, if they had the same experience as seen by.
Right. Go ahead and bring them back here, and we can talk further.
Okay. So
I'll go and wake the boys.
Okay. So I think this is probably a good enough place to stop for the evening.
The Mystic Syndicate podcast is the creation of independent producer and host Brian Anderson. Our players are Ed as Sir Thomas Waverly, Mike G. Pav as Sir Kelex Zelenen, Melinda as Grenna Babbleboots, Russ as Járngrímur, Mike as Kiffi Blackhammer, and Glenn as Timble Snivenblaven. You can visit our podcast page at tmsyndicate.podbean.com. You can also leave a comment and subscribe to our X page at tmsynd. You can also watch our live shows on YouTube at www.youtube.com at The Mystic Syndicate 1473.